Hi guys, what's going on? This is Cool Toys, and what I have here on my table today is a little diorama that I set up. Basically, the Cobra team is getting some new vehicles, and Headman and Destro are doing a side deal that Cobra Commander doesn't know about. Um, these vehicles, I've had like this tractor trailer in the back there. I'll take the camera off the tripod in a minute and zoom in. But I got that from Tractor Supply. That was a Toys R Us, I believe, 50th anniversary special. This was the Jurassic Park vehicle that I painted in my last video or so. And then I have a pickup truck in the back there that we're going to show how we can like pull off some of those vehicles off the lowboy trailer. Just pretend like if they don't start and you needed a winch to pull them off from a four-wheel drive truck. So let me try and zoom in here. There we go. So Headman, I don't know a lot about him, but I think that was like during the time when G.I. Joe was doing like um Say No to Drugs theme. Headman was like a drug dealer and really bad guy, and they were trying to teach kids, drugs are bad and say no to drugs, which is a good idea. But I just have it set up like, he is a shady character, and Destro, um, he's an arms dealer, and the story of Destro, he'll basically sell arms, ammunition, weapons to anybody, even someone that is rival with his own faction, which is, with Cobra, whatever Cobra Commander doesn't know about, then, the better. And then we got the twins in the back. They got their suitcases, Tomax and Zaymont. This is in their business attire. So, they're basically, they're doing a business deal, and they got the cash or the gold and whatever Headman is supplying to make whatever deal that they're doing. Your imagination's your limit, whatever storyline you want to make. So again, I'm going to pause the camera and bring it in closer, a little shaky cam, and zoom in and zoom out and move some of these vehicles around. So stand by. Okay, so next to the tractor trailer, this is scrap iron. This is a different version, and that's the new modern one. That's almost 4 inches tall, but I think he looks really cool with the tractor trailer. I think it's a Peterbilt, so that's why I stuck him in here. I know all these are the vintage Joes, except for these guys. They're supposed to look like vintage. So he looks cool. Basically he's a mechanic in the back there standing by for any work that needs to be done on the vehicles. Like I was saying, I'm pretending that these vehicles don't run yet. They need to be pulled off the lowboy trailer. So he's the mechanic. He's going to try and fix it. You got the twins with the money on their business attire. That's the Super 7 twins. I did a video on them also. You got Destro and Headman making a deal, shaking hands, exchanging money, exchanging products. And just in the back here, I think these dudes, I forget the name of them, but they match the blue vehicle that I painted. I do have the vehicle that they came with. I forget the name of that also at this moment, but you guys put in the comments, you know who I'm talking about. And the blue color on their uniform looks pretty good with this Jurassic Park vehicle that I painted. So you let me know in the comments too if it matches up, if I should make these guys the drivers of this vehicle. And then I have this generic pickup truck, four-wheel drive. I may customize it. The doors don't open on this one, so I may cut open the doors, and I actually bought these little like hinges that you can put on here and make the door open. They're metal hinges for like doll houses or something. And if since the doors don't open, you can just slide them through the moonroof. This is open here. It's hollow, so you can just shove the guys right in there. Pretty good detail. I like these trucks because they're very inexpensive, and you can customize them and not worry about ruining a vintage or a very expensive GI Joe vehicle. They actually have real rubber tires, you know, aggressive off-road tires rather. And it also has a winch in the front, which is really cool. You can pull it out, and it has a wheel underneath that you can turn, and it'll bring in the winch. The cable, pretty loud, but it works. Really neat that a toy line like this, I believe I got this vehicle from Walmart that, you know, was like $15 or something. You know, this was $15, but the 50th anniversary set, that was like $50. So I'd rather pay $15 for something cool like this and get your money's worth. Got some KC lights on the back. You know, I may color them, make them more realistic, you know, airbrush them, paint them, whatever. And you even have a fold down rear tailgate, which is nice. And it came with a dirt bike and some other accessories, maybe even two dirt bikes, because you can put the wheel in here. And they had this like bar that goes down to prevent your bikes from falling out the back. So it's a pretty cool vehicle. We'll set that aside. And you guys already saw this vehicle in my other video that I customized. We'll move that aside also. Take these guys out of the way. And let me pause the video just one more moment so I can get this tractor trailer in better frame. Stand by. So we're back. So this is a pretty cool semi tractor trailer Peterbilt. Realistic looking. Same thing. The doors do not open like that other black truck I was just talking about. So I may cut open the doors and put hinges on it so I can open it up. Really wish that they would have made it so you can open the doors. And if I can find an engine that would fit on here, that would really be really awesome if I cut it and then the cab, not the cab, but the hood would open up forward and there would be engine underneath. There's these two red buttons on top. You know, I can remove them or paint them. This actually had lights and sounds in it, so I don't have batteries in it right now, but you know what kind of sounds I'm talking about. Engine starting, horn honking, things like that. And this is a low boy trailer, if you know your tractor trailers. This is for vehicles that are very tall, so they fit under bridges and things like that, moving heavy equipment. So in the back here, I have two Cobra vehicles. And the only problem with this, well, I think it separates here, like it has these landing legs here that go forward. So this part would stay with the truck, this part, and this part would disconnect. I think there's some screws I need to remove so that I can drive the vehicles off forward. But, you know, if I don't do that, I can use that tractor trailer, or the pickup truck rather, with the cable and pull it off with the retractable cable, the towing winch. So we'll just pretend that we did that. This is the new modern four-wheeler that they had, the ATV for Cobra, with the Rise of Cobra line from, I believe, the first movie that came out, Rise of Cobra for G.I. Joe. This big gun I may remove so it looks more like the vintage four-wheeler. Forget the actual name, you guys can put in the comment. But it's pretty cool. Has this rocket launcher. So what we can do is, there's a tractor trailer in the back. Let me try and line this up. So you open this up, and then there's a button on top, and we can shoot it at the tractor trailer. Bam! Goes pretty hard. It's really strong. Let me move this camera back a little bit. There we go. So it's better in the shot. Spring mechanism. I really don't care. Excuse me. I don't really care for all those spring mechanism toys, rocket firing toys. But for this one, it's pretty cool. And you can move it like all the way to the left if you want, and all the way backwards. But I may remove it completely. And this vehicle, I like the camo that they did, more urban paint job. You got the hose on the back that that came off. You got the rockets on the top. I really like it that the rockets can aim very high up. Not totally vertical, but, you know, enough that it can hit any G.I. Joe airplanes or helicopters that may be flying by. The only problem with this vehicle, it's really hard to get action figures in there. It's really a small, tight space, but really cool that, you know, you can remove the doors if you want to. It has a little hole in the top so you can have the guy stand. I really wish that they put it over here, but I mean, you definitely don't want to be standing outside this vehicle while these rockets are going off anyway. On the back, it does have 2 gas containers, jerry cans. I like it when vehicles have extra accessories like that. Really like world building things that you can imagine that one of the vehicles ran out of fuel, or that, you know, someone's got to go around and use the fuel can and fill up all the vehicles. And has a shovel that comes off. The hood doesn't open. I wish it did too, you know, so you can see the engine. I really prefer it when you can pretend you're like working on trucks and cars and airplanes and things, whatever their motors, like you can have a mechanic working on things. So let me pause the camera, set up one more last diorama before I end this video. Okay, we're back. So I did move some of the guys around. We had a little different setup, a little different diorama display. Destro and the twins out front. Put Scrap on the four-wheeler. Put these dudes in the truck. I think they look really good with that Jurassic Park vehicle and the new paint job that I did for it. Still need some stickers. I want to put some Cobra emblems on there. Trailer in the back. So y'all let me know what you think. Do you like these vehicles, this display, the diorama? Let me know what you guys are working on. If you have any dioramas and displays that you are currently working on, any projects, customizations, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way I can communicate with you guys better, send you some messages. We can work back and forth. Other than that, this was Cool Toys. Please comment, like, subscribe. Later.